What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with the Sports Cards Are Dope podcast. And today I want to talk to you about kind of break down Whatnot's new rules towards repackers and, what that would look like, whether you buy, sell, or just want to know what's going on, and what our takeaways and how this could impact the sports card collecting community we love so much now and in the future. Is it a seatbelt? Is it a velvet rope? Is it a stop? Hey. What's that sound? Everybody hit that intro now. What changed? What changed with Whatnot's policy? Whatnot? That's a Borat. Do we do Borat quotes? Is it funny again? Like, I know it was like funny and then it was cringy and then it was generic. And now is it funny again to mock the mockers? I don't know. Stay focused, Tyler. I mean, I'm just focused, Kanye. What changed with Whatnot's new repacker policy? You now, if you want to do a repack, you have to have pre-approval for factory sealed repacks. They have to have an independent audit and a public checklist of contents. You have to have a public checklist of what is in there, and only approved products can be sold. What does this mean? No more mystery math. No, the floor is this, the ceiling's this. You can't make claims like that. We know as people, like, and that was always the crazy thing to me, like, the floor is this, the ceiling's this. Is that the last sale? Last 3 sales? What if it hasn't sold in a year and a half? What are we using to track those comps? We just found out in the episode I did where I did my buyback with PSA, they use Card Ladder. They trust Card Ladder, even if Card Ladder's, because it ranks on player indexes, last sales, all that. What is that comp? And our, breakers, repackers, all that, or not breakers, repackers, can I call them Green Bay Packers? Is that dumb? It is. Okay, don't do that, Tyler. These repackers were claiming floors and ceilings. You can't do that anymore. There's no hidden extras beyond the checklist. You have to have a checklist. They also require a role separation. The person selling cannot be the same person assembling the repacks. So therefore, you can't have insider knowledge of what is in what pack. This is to prevent, I would assume, from hey guys, there's a LeBron James rookie card in here, and I hide it at the end because I know as soon as I hit that, the prices fall if it's an auction, or they don't sell the rest of the things because that's what everybody's chasing. So there's essentially two lanes. So lane A are factory sealed repacks. They have new stricter rules. And lane 2 is surprise set. So it's like do-it-yourself mystery packs sold in one show under existing rules, not breaks. Okay, so does that make sense? Nope. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to break it down some more. Okay, so how are they enforcing? This is important because no law matters if it's not enforced. All right, jaywalking, that's a law. Do we walk across the street wherever we want? In front of cops? Absolutely, because it doesn't matter. What are the jaywalks? I think they're the Kentucky basketball team. Enforcement. You have to have an approved third-party auditor plus Whatnot trust and safety, like that's report driven. So like you report people if they don't, which we know the best way to catch people on these these apps that are so big, the best way to catch people is to have the community report them. It's not always perfect, but they're going to see it before something, or I guess these companies could just pay for AI. So a few questions I wanted to ask based on this and then give you my thoughts, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments if you're on YouTube or Spotify. The first one is, and I don't know if I'll cover all of it, what did Whatnot actually change? Sorry, I had a burp inside my head. What did Whatnot actually change? Repacks now need approval, an audit, and a public checklist. Okay? And why does this matter? Because transparency, my people. There's fewer, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, there's fewer of that. We don't have to deal with the trust me bros anymore. You have to have transparency, okay? It's like back, if you're old enough to remember DVDs, you open up the DVD and you open up the little, the manual thing, not manual, but like the guide thing. There's like a chapter list. You now get to see everything. This is not new. Like Arena Club. Arena Club is one of the absolute best at this. And again, I'm not saying like, oh, go and spend your life savings on repacks. I'm not saying that. I'll never tell people. I don't even tell people. I do collabs with Arena Club with repacks. I don't even tell people to go buy them. I'm saying if you want to go do this, here's a promo code Tarver, 20% off. Hey, Arena Club. This is not a paid ad by Arena Club, but it's there, I think, unless they took it down. So I like Arena Club because one, they have transparent. You can see every single card you might hit. Every single card. You can see the Grail. You see percent chance of getting it. You see like their next level of next tier, great cards, percent chance of getting it, and then you see every other card you could get and your percent chance of getting that. I absolutely love that. And here's the cool thing about them: since it's done online, like if I show you my checklist and I do Repack, I do all this stuff. And then I like start selling them. Like I've done a couple repacks in the past, like 2 or 3, and I'll sell them at shows. And I'm like, they're like, what could I hit? I'm like, my 3 favorites. And I'll tell them the 3 favorites I have in there. And I said, but honestly, I don't know if they've been hit because sometimes people buy a pack and walk away. Sometimes people buy online and I just ship it to them. I don't know what's still left in there. And the one thing I love about Arena Club is, and this was not meant to be a pitch for Arena Club. You do whatever you want with your life. One thing I love about Arena Club is it updates automatically. Sorry, I got distracted there because I want to make sure my audio is still rolling. It updates automatically. And as soon as a card is hit, it's pulled out of there and they replace it with a new card. And so that's just their algorithm, their stuff that they have built in, which is higher technology than me. And that's why they make a lot of money on repacks and I don't. Okay. Next question. From this, who wins and who loses? One of the winners is the consumer, the people buying them. They get more info and there's less shadiness. Anytime there's regulations on this stuff, if it's done well, it helps the consumer, okay? It also helps the bigger sellers because they're already set up for this process. They've already got this process down for the most part. It's easier for them to comply with it. Who does it hurt? Smaller sellers. There's a higher bar of entry for something that is one of the biggest money makers in sports cards. And now they're going to have to go, and they got to go, if you're a smaller seller, you got to go buy an approved repack from an approved repack manufacturer. And you're like, I didn't even know there were some. Whatnot has a list of ones that are, I'll give you an example of one of these. I don't know if they're on that list or not. I went to the Dallas Car Show. I was doing a collab with Whatnot a couple years ago, and I haven't done collabs with them in a long time, but I did a collab with Whatnot, and I went and made a YouTube video, a bunch of videos. I bought every single mystery pack at the Dallas Car Show. There's no regulation there. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I went every single table at the Dallas Car Show for 2 days, and if they had a mystery pack, I bought it. Most of them are around $10 to $30. That was the average. All right. And it's just mostly these dealers set up. I even ask them like, what's in it? What could I hit? I would say 90% didn't even know. They didn't even know it was in it. It's been sitting around because people aren't buying them there because I'll be honest, I think we lost on, we may have won on 1, maybe 2 mystery packs. I'll tell you this, the only mystery pack I know that we won on was like a spin wheel, and I won the Van Gogh Pikachu. Like that was the only one that we won on. I paid like $70 for it, got a $200-something card. That was the only one that we won on out of all of them that I can remember. I can go back and look at the videos, and again, I don't know if it's like maybe I won now, like maybe I won, but if some cards have gone up versus some cards going down. But I know the biggest loss we had, it was actually, the video did pretty well. I made a short of it. There was a table, and they didn't sell any cards. It was literally just a repack. So they sell to repackers, they sell to breakers, and what they do is they curate and they get all this, all the supplies, all these cards, put them together in these like real nicely presented boxes, and then they sell it out in cases. So they have a case hit, and they were just selling it box by box, not by case. I mean, I think they were selling by case there, but I only had to buy the box. One box was $400. I got maybe $30 worth of cards. And that wasn't even me. I didn't even know because it was a football one, and I didn't want to buy it, but I would literally started the video with, we're buying every mystery pack in the Dallas Car Show. So I had to buy it. And so I'm sitting there like, and I tried to talk him down. I was like, can you come down like $50 to $350? He's like, nope, $400. I was like, okay, well, I have to do it because I said I would with Whatnot. And so I bought that thing, opened it up, showed all the cards on the video. People blasted them. Whatever their floor was, I found it. I'm laying LVP on that floor because I found it. It was not very good. And so I don't know if that company is, but it's companies like that that go through, curate, have a checklist, and are approved through Whatnot to be able to sell it. So smaller guys are going to have to go and work with them, and that's going to probably cut into their margins, but hopefully it leads to longer customers over time because people aren't losing as bad as I lost on that one. The next question I have for Whatnot, to ask about this, will it really be enforced? The reality is these approved auditors plus platform monitoring plus product removal, if it's not compliant, it's all going to depend on if that community reports them. Is Whatnot making the process easy and the follow through thorough if they think that people are not following these parameters, these guides that they're putting out there? And the next question is, what should small sellers or breakers do right now this month, now that we know this is happening? Number one, pick a lane. Are you going to be a seller or a manufacturer? Are you going to go out and buy the stuff and sell it to the companies that are selling to the breakers? Or are you going to be the breaker and then you need to get connected with someone who's packing things up? These roles have to be separate. It is a separation of church and state. You have to pick a side in this, or you can't do it, because it shows that you might know, even if you're as honest as possible, you have an idea. Like, I try to be as honest as possible. When I made mine, I made like 100 of these mystery packs. I knew, even though I'm like trying to mix it up, I still kind of in my brain, like, it's like when you like put the ball under the 3 cups and you move it around, you have an idea of where the ball is. Like, you know, kind of the range. Now, did I try to like mix it up and like try to draw? Like, I tried to mix it up as I went, but everything from like dumping them onto the floor and just like having my kids shuffle them around, I would still have an idea of the vicinity of where that card would be. So I think that it's going to be important to pick a role, what you want to be in this process, in this new world, the new world order. Diversify your stuff. If you're only doing repacks, you probably need to get into singles and wax. Okay, you need to diversify if you're a smaller seller. And the other thing I think that's important, and I'm this because I do this when I speak to schools as well. Like, one of my character flaws is transparency. I explain myself to the point where I drown out my audience. So thank you for being here and not drowning out yet. You're going to have to over-communicate, link to the checklist, explain the randomization, show the seals on camera. You can't just like pull it out. Like I say that as somebody who got another popular video I had. I got blasted for that Trevor Lawrence. I drew my first Donruss pack I ever opened to football. I hit a T-Law downtown. And while it was doing the countdown, I did a little intro, haha, what's up? And then I stopped the TikTok. I flip it around, I have my camera set up, and it's doing the countdown before it starts recording on TikTok. I ripped the top of the pack with my teeth so it's easier to open. And then I opened it on camera, got a T-Law downtown. First downtown I'd ever even looked up the price of, because I didn't care. I didn't look them up. And I was like, oh, that's a big cord. I sound like a dummy. But half the internet thought that I planted it because they saw that rip at the top. These repackers, they're going to have to show the seal on camera. Like, they have to be overly transparent in everything they do. Camera angles, seals, like shipping, all of it has to be above board, which I like, I respect. I think it's better for the end consumer. And granted, I'm not making millions off of like repacks, so I could see where like somebody's like, I was making a lot of money. Yeah, cool. If you're really honest and good with the customers and entertaining, you'll probably make even more money, because it's going to cut out all the people like getting like Matumbo blocking people coming into the hobby because they're getting ripped off. Okay. Next question. How does this shift the hobby? I think short term, you're going to see a slight swing back towards singles and licensed product. And because they're not going to be allowed to do sketchy repacks. So I think you're going to see more and more people pushing singles and wax. I think long term, if that enforcement holds, your trust in this area is going to grow, which means more casuals are going to join in, which means you're going to have a healthier market. This is going to be better long-term for people who collect sports cards, because more people come into it. Maybe they get in with the break because it's exciting. They love that rush, that feel, that touch of cotton. But after they get around, or they get that card, they go to sell it, or they keep it, they collect it, they're going to start finding their way into the singles and wax market as well. I think long-term, this is way better for the hobby. Okay, so I've got like 5 takeaways, and I'd love to know your takeaways in the comments. Number 1, transparency is now required. Checklists, audits, that's going to be the new normal. You see that when you see it with companies like Whatnot at the kind of the top of the food chain. Fanatics Live is going to fall into, which their Fanatics Live is mostly wax stuff. But who else? Like Drip would fall into this. Who else does these? eBay Live. You're going to see all these other companies do the same thing, because people are going to get in and realize, oh, somebody can rip me off here a lot easier than they can here. So everybody's going to follow suit, which I'm proud that Whatnot did that. The moats got a little, number 2, the moats got deeper. Small sellers are going to win more by partnering with smart, picking their partnership smart, and then putting on good shows. Be entertaining, engaging, and build community with people. That's what people want. That's what this community is. Like, we go into these breaks. A lot of people go on breaks, don't buy anything. It's because they want to connect, say hi to somebody. They want to chat with a dude they watch Social Love, or they like to see, you know, whatever, who's going to get the big card. They like to talk to people they're talking to in the chat. Number 3, enforcement is everything. Enforcement is everything. If this thing has teeth, the trust will grow, and then the pie gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna grow if people trust it, and it's only gonna get trusted if it actually gets enforced. And I know we're gonna see social media videos where it pops up, so-and-so did this, and look at this, where's the Whatnot's policy here? I would assume that Whatnot and the people buying are going to report that, so hopefully it gets cut off before the video even goes viral. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully if there's 20 people in the chat when that happens, 10 of them report it, and then that thing is banned, and then by the time the video is viral, say, oh, Whatnot already blocked them because of their new stuff. Like, let's hope that happened. Number 4, pivot over pout. Ooh, you like that? Pivot over pout, my boy. Singles and licensed wax are going to bridge this gap that I think while these approvals are like landing and while this stuff gets figured out, you're going to see more people pivot instead of crying about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to see people get into stuff that they might not have got into before, which is going to open up options, okay? And the 5th one is less casino, more sport. You're clearing out the odds because you're making this feel fair, not frenetic or crazy or pushy or like the salesman. It doesn't feel like that now, hopefully. It feels like, hey, here's what we got. Here's the checklist. Click the link in the box checklist. Like, whenever I did mine, I did a Pokemon one. It was about probably like 7 months ago. I can't help myself. It's too fun. About 6 months ago or 7 months ago, I did a Pokemon, it was SGC graded Pokemon stuff. I think I did like 30 of them, and I sold them for like $30 a pop. And on the pack, because I didn't sell these like online, I put it in my booth at my flea market, and I put it in a showcase, so hopefully none of them got stolen. And I put them in there, and for me, like, I didn't want to like go in and do the checklist and like, I didn't do the floor ceiling because I know everybody's different on comps, and I don't want to get like roasted because those could sit in there for 3 or 4 months or a year in there. And if I say one card's worth 100, but there's 2 comps that happened 6 months after I wrote that, and now it's worth $12, I look like an idiot. So I didn't even put the values on there. I literally put a picture, said, to my knowledge, this is the best card in here. And I put a picture of the best card. To my knowledge, this is the worst card in here. And I literally just put pictures of those cards in there. And then for the checklist, because I didn't have that list, I didn't want to do that. I literally made an unlisted YouTube video where I show them every single card that's in these. And I didn't show them putting it in there because if I put it in there weird, people could like read it. But I showed every single card that's in there, and I put a QR code on that, like on every single label, saying if you want to see every card in here, scan this. And they could watch every single card that is going to be possible to hit. Now, since I put that up, that was like 6 or 7 months ago. That's so ridiculous. Stop it, Tyler. I can't help myself. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records. I put those cards in there, and since then, the Pokemon market has kind of skyrocketed, and I never went and updated anything. So, like, last time I looked, like, those things were sold out like crazy. Like, pretty much all my Pokemon stuff is sold because I didn't go in and update prices when the market went up, which is great because here's the thing. I was okay with making that much money on those cards before the prices skyrocketed, so why should I be mad now that they're worth 3 to 4 times what I had on there? So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? Did I get anything wrong? Tell me. Please be kind, but also correct me if I'm wrong. I need to know that. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you trust in this like repacker space, or do you not do that at all? Throw it in the comments if you're on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the YouTube if you're feeling it. If not, don't, my boy. Y'all be good. Stay sweet. Be kind. And never stop collecting. Sports cards are dope. So are you. Love y'all. Later. Hey.